the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my. You are my. You are my. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Couldn't call me, could we be sorry rolling? Like whoa, you took all my love like you stole it. Got me like whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my. You are my. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Couldn't call me, could be sorry rolling. Like whoa, you took all my love like you stole it. Got me like whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my. You are my. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So good to know that I need you around. You are my. You are my. You are my. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the
And here we are, everybody. Welcome to week 5 of the IG League Open Divisions. Today, we have the same teams that I last casted, but slightly different. We got Team Fish Taco and the wonderful team of, let me double check that I get it right, Handsome JITS. So I'm also joined by Zach Riven here. So Zach, how are you feeling today?
Pretty excited. I think that one of the last times I casted for IGLeague, I did manage to get some good old fish tacos action, and they definitely popped off. I think it was a very, very dominant showing that I saw from them. 2-0, really quick map. So I'm hoping that that Team Handsome Jits do give them a little bit more competition as we head into week number 5 here. And we are, I think, we do have like the top 4 teams of the event like kind of playing today. So I'm pretty excited to see how the games are going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Week 5 here, we're really just hammered out a lot of the weaker teams. So everything left is just going to be those who have really battled their way through 5-week boot camp. I mean, that's more than most people get trained in a lot of different things. So honestly, I'm pretty happy to now be back here at IG League, as we are going to be jumping straight into the first map of Fracture. Now, maps overall, we got Fracture, Haven, and then Lotus to end it off for us today. But we also still have another best of 2 maybe later on, but that is of course in the works. We don't really know until we get there, so stick around. We're gonna have a lot of fun here, but obviously Fracture is gonna be where we are at. Team Fish Tacos is gonna be opening on defense, and Handsome Jits is gonna be opening on attack here. So lots of fun stuff. If you guys don't know, IG League has been putting on this open division here for $3,000 on the line once it gets into that playoff and the actual just group stage being done here. So I'm pretty excited to say that we got a lot of Valorant to watch today. And Zach, it's never more fun to do it with you.
Exactly. It's always a pleasure casting with you too, Edu. But yeah, we're gonna be heading into Fracture right now. Right now, map number 1 for the day. And when it comes to this maps, the first thing that I look out for is what they're gonna pick as a duelist. I feel like more and more people to like to go in for that raise because you do get those very nasty combos with the breach or the fade. But personally, my favorite duelist on this map is a neon because go go go.
Yeah, Neon's definitely one of those players and agents that can move fast, and Fracture is a pretty large circular map, so you can really treat it like a racetrack, going around in a circle over and over again. And Neon kind of excels here, but it looks like we're only going to be getting a mirrored matchup here with the team comp for both sides being Breach, Raze, Brimstone, Fade, and Cypher. So looks like they're going full meta build around here. The only thing I'm seeing different than normal is usually instead of Cypher, I would see a Killjoy in this meta.
Personally, I like Killjoy a lot more as well. I know that you can put a lot of pesky trips with that Cypher, but with some choke points like A main or B main, you can really put up that annoying Nanoswarm lineup. And more than that, just the fact that the ult is so effective in taking that B side, and it's almost impossible to break, especially since they buffed up the HP of it a bit so that a 150 credit Aftershock no longer messes with it. I just feel like she's a lot better, but at the end of the day, it comes down to a person's comfort as well in playing. And with this particular team comp, I think that Cypher works really well because, if you're going to be having those smokes or if you're going to be having like a lot of the initiative util coming in, they're not going to be able to really see those tripwires. But looking at this, Tacos, it seems like they want to get a bit aggressive right off the bat. I see 3 players towards drop ready to like go out and try and find some kills, and it seems like it's going to be a full-on battle right there.
Gonna be a real early fight in here. Crescent, though, he is up close and personal, opening it up with a clean 1-tap, making a 2-tap, taking him down. And here we go. It's gonna be 3 rotations over to that A site. They were very aggressive early, but it's worked off in the end for the defense here, as no matter what happens, the retake on Fracture is one of the easiest places to go. So A site seems to be where they're at, and looks like the entirety of Team Fish Taco seems to be going through the zip or through the spawn here.
I have trauma from watching Crashies get an ace on that zipline, but we don't have Crashies here. It's just going to be these 2 teams facing off 3v5 right now, and already you do see that despite being at a player disadvantage, the side of Handsome Jits has taken over spawn control, so they're going to be trying to aggressively hold that as much as possible. In fact, it's going to be Shane finding one of their own, equalizing things to a 3v3 here. Complex still holding the angle, manages to catch the frag on Frag himself, and now it's just down to the 1 player left. Kairos in a 1v3 to go, gets the first, but not quite able to finish things off here. The crossfire being held between these players is just too good. And I like that, because in Fracture, it's all about map control. You saw that early off, there's a push towards drop, a little bit of convergence towards that side of the map by the defense. They managed to get 2 picks for it, but just like that, they knew that since 4 players were converging, spawn was pretty much free to take, and they held it for so long that crossfire was just what won them the round there.
Yeah, they definitely knew how to play it in the post-plant scenario. They were down 2 members, but that didn't really stop them being able to end that off with relatively low losses after the bomb got planted. But with this slight boost in economy, we are seeing the Bulldogs popping out here. And if this team is going to want to peek it, you might just get gunned down, and frag is not going to become a frag for the enemies here, as defense is now having to kind of hold it down. They don't really have the best kind of guns. 3 players rocking a sheriff right now, but you're going to have to rock with what you got if it's going to work out for your team. But A site also a little bit important, as they are kind of just inching their way around and playing it extra slow, just trying to pick away the damage.
Yeah, you really don't want to lose out when you have like 3 Bulldogs or 4 Bulldogs on the particular team. Every single gun that the side of Fish Tacos takes down here is going to be one that their opposition doesn't have to work with in the next round. So you can see that these players from the side of Handsome Jits are taking it slow. They want to be patient around things. And it's going to be Keros who's holding a very cheeky angle in the corner. Gets checked out though, and Pain is going to be the one bringing the pain as they open up the A side off the back of that particular kill. They have sight. Spike should be going down any second right now. And it's going to be a 4v5 retake where, again, like you mentioned, the weapon economy not quite great. Again, the crossfire is just impeccable between these 2 players. Complex pulling off some really not very complex kills as he just goes for the head, and now it's all down to Haxa. 1v5 situation, only a classic to work with, and at this point it's not about whether he can get the round, it's about how many players can he really pick up here. It gets spotted immediately by the opponent Cypher, and that's going to be a clean flawless run coming out for the side of Handsome Jits, who are looking very, very handsome right now.
Yeah, that is going to be a clean round no matter what. Handsome Jits very happy about that opening, but this is the buy round coming around. But since they did force up a lot of sheriffs, we are going to see a little bit of light armor buys coming out from players like Kairos and Frag. So with that light armor, you're not going to have full util either. So Kairos missing out on that seizure, making out on the ability to really just keep these guys locked in. But at the end of the day, they still have that weapon advantage. They still are slightly favored this round, but Bulldogs, we know how dangerous they are. They could one-tap anybody from any distance as long as you can just work your way through it. But already, Haxa has spotted out 3 players, 4 players, and they know it's a full B push.
Yeah, it seems like the defense is opting to go in for a retake here, considering that they do have the weapon advantage. Side is going to be given up for free, more or less. A lot of noise being made towards this ace side. Talking about ults as well, I believe that the race for the side of Fish Tacos is only 2 away from it. So if that player can grab a couple of kills, it might be what they need. Side control has been completely lost, but again, all 5 players, along with their utility, is pretty much available for the side of Team Fish Tacos. The spike goes down. Shane, stuck in the corner, is going to be caught in the open, and will give the first blood to the side of Team Fish Tacos. Now the retake commences. Again, a very methodical approach from what it seems like from the side of Team Fish Tacos, but that nade is so impeccable right now. A 1-for-1 trade advantage still towards Fish Tacos here, and Kairos and Crescent, well, they're on cleanup duty right now.
They're definitely here to clean it up. Haxa is going to finish it off, though, as Crescent is going to push right in. Exactly what you really need to be doing here. But again, I am looking at this team. It looks as though they are going to be costing quite a bit of money, even though they did lose 2. One thing that never gets pointed out on second rounds is if you lose less than 2 or less people, your teammates can fully buy you. So your economy is still going to be good enough. So everybody's going to be pretty happy this round, no matter what. But I am going to be seeing here that the only person that's really lacking is going to be CFAX money-wise, but here's the buy round coming up from Handsome Jits, and I want Handsome Jits to do a handsome amount of purchasing and see if that purchase power will lead them to take this round.
They have a lot working for them apart from the full buy. They're only 1 away from 2 pivotal ults here, both the orbital strike as well as that rolling thunder online for Complex and Shane, or will be if they can manage to get their hands on an orb. I've seen Complex like kind of dedicatedly farming up those orbs along with Shane, so definitely a plus here. Again, you see a little bit of a default coming out, but the push from Crescent is just nasty there as he finds 2 for his troubles. Complex finally trades it out, but I feel like the damage has been done at this point. Pain still looking to try and stay alive here. It's just gonna be Complex desperately trying to keep the round alive right now, but only will find 2 before going down. It's all down to the Cypher. The spike dropped in no man's land. Players from the side of Fish Tacos surrounding it, and has to try and isolate these kills right now. Gets the first, has the case to try and work around with. CFAX as well as the Brimstone pushing up a little bit. The case lets him isolate the fight. It's a 1v1 and he gets the clutch at 1v3! Oh my god!
I'm really confused. They had bomb down. They're the defense team. Why are they pushing a Cypher? I mean, Hyena, Scrotum, what a name, but what a play to match it. I'm really kind of confused with what's going on here.
That's a teabag and a half. So the name is right.
Hyena Scrotum definitely dipping the scrotum on those players. But let's see if we can see that happen again. This buy coming out from Team Fish Tacos is very broke here. Look at that. We have a Marshal, a Sheriff, a Frenzy, and a Spectre trying to just shish kebab themselves any kind of gun to spearhead their way into the site.
Talking about spearheading their way, though, it is going to be Pain trying to bring the Pain. It only gets one before Klax is able to trade it out with the Spectre. Getting two somehow, in fact. However, the ult from Crescent is impeccable. And suddenly, Fish Tacos, they bring back the Swifty round. Again, it is going to be Mr. Hyena Scrotum in a 1v3. This time around, they're not quite able to connect the shots. And again, just talking about that round, it went so fast. That push towards A main was absolutely inspired. The Breach getting two with the Spectre. And of course, just that beautiful showstopper made all the difference in that particular round. So huge W for Crescent. And just like that, Fish Tacos, they win a round that they had no business winning at all.
Yeah, they absolutely flex on the fact that they are just them. I mean, I'm loving that the eco round was winnable there. I was thinking that Hyena Scrotum was really going to come out on top there, but unfortunately he's going to get buried under. But look at this, 3 ultimates on the side of attack, and I think we might actually see some get popped, especially the ult from the Brimstone. But look at that aggression straight away from these defenders. Is it going to be enough? Nice shot, Pain. What a flick, ready for another, and it isn't going to connect that well, but we are seeing the counter ults from the defense, and I think that we're going to have to see a full rotate over to A now.
Yeah, that's a lot of noise made, a little bit of rotation coming in. But however, Crescent is still going to be the one safeguarding the side along with the Cypher utility. So it's going to be pretty difficult for the side of the attack to really get in. They do have a bit of a player advantage, and Crescent has a lot of work to do. Swings out, but not able to connect the shot. It's all down to just the Cypher here. Hyena Scrotum trying to use the ultimate to figure out where exactly these players are. Haxa, the only one on side. Karos with a little bit of backup just managed to find a kill of their own. But it's going to be Karos in the flank who finds 3. A little bit of a awkward spray. But it's going to be a 1v2 right now. Pain on track for the 8s. Has to clutch it up here. Super low. Has to hit the headshot onto Haxa in order to clean out the round, but it's not going to quite happen. A beautiful round coming out of the side of Team Fish Tacos as they barely string it together. I genuinely thought it was over, but that flank from Karos was just fucking fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic here, coming out strong there, and you know, saucy as ever, but clutching it up. It's going to be the Cypher yet again. I feel like Cyphers are just made to clutch. It's kind of just in the DNA of the player that lurks the most, and Cypher is always the last one to go in, so it kind of makes sense that he'd be at the last of the line. But I'm still really sad for Pain. He did have his boom bot ready to roll, but instead he just went for the ego peak, and he got peaked as well. And that ego is definitely going to get crushed here. But looking at what we got, it is a back to a buy round for both sides here. Anybody can really take this, especially as now when we're tied 3-3.
Yeah, this game is looking insanely close, especially considering that these rounds come down to, despite a team getting the advantage right at the bat, it comes down to a 1v1 so often. And again, I respect this from the side of Fish Tacos. They constantly keep bringing on the pressure. They keep pushing out. They seem to have forgotten that they are playing the defense here, but they're doing a super great job at, you know, just surprising the side of Handsome JITS constantly. Because of that Handsome JITS, there's like really forced to play a bit slower. Again, it's going to be Crescent, the one who takes that first engagement, gets that first kill, and is still looking for more as they hold on to the angle. The Haunt will catch out their position and let Complex get that kill, a 1-for-1 so far. But look at the damage done to the HP of the Fade here for the side of Handsome JITS. I feel like I think that the orbital strike from their own Brimstone might take them out if Complex isn't quite careful.
Yeah, it definitely might just take him out here, but look at what we got from Shane. He is right around the corner, ready to rock and roll, but he might get spotted out by the Cypher cam, and they are going to be able to pop that down. This is going to be a B hit, and it is going to be pretty hard, but look at that. Cypher has completely taken over A, and regardless of what has happened before, it's thrown out the window so they can throw that bomb down onto a different site. But defense, they're reading it pretty well. They're already on their way to rotate. Hyena Scrotum, though, he's the kind of guy that does not like when people try to look him in the eye. Let's find out if it is going to be good enough as that bomb now starts to get planted, and we are seeing a neural theft getting tossed around here.
Yeah, the spike will make its way down. Nothing really to deter it from happening as 14 seconds remain. It goes down again. And again, for the retake, a lot of utility is available for the defense here. 2 concussive breach outs concuss both sides at the same time. That was a bit of a tongue twister there, but it's going to be Frag finding that first kill, immediately traded out by Hyena Scrotum. It's going to be the second player caught in the crosshairs of that tripwire as well. It's all down to just Hyena Scrotum. Clutch it up one time, but how many 1v3s can you give the poor guy? That's not going to be happening as off the back of that breach out as well as that orbital strike. It is going to be Team Fish Tacos to clean house and take the lead.
Yeah, they're absolutely taking the lead here for this team, and I'm kind of happy that we're seeing Team Fish Tacos take it back, because it was a rough start. They definitely weren't able to win too many, but 3 in a row to bring it back, not only break a tie, but also keep a tiebreaker on their side. That kind of matters a lot, and we're looking at that money, and for the first time this game, we're seeing that the team of Handsome JITS is looking a lot riskier than they have been before.
Yeah, the economy not in a great place. They do have multiple ults to work with, including that Nightfall as well as that Orbital Strike that they've had for a couple of rounds, if I'm not wrong. But either way, not looking too great economy-wise. The ultimates are gonna have to be what really helps them win this round. You see them going for Sands this time around as they go for a super aggressive push. It's gonna be Crescent who tries to push out along with Kairos, but this time around, not gonna be able to do too much here. The concussion is perfect, enabling Pain to get the second kill of the round. And just like that, the round is completely falling apart in that head-on-head fight at close range. It's gonna be the Stingers that come out on top for the side of Handsome JITS. And just like that, these last two players, their best option might just to hold on, might just to be safe and hold on to these guns that they have.
Yeah, going for exit frags, very smart here, especially against very low enemies. I mean, the only people that they can really have an even fight with are going to be the Raze and the Breach, but defense, they know exactly what they're doing here. They've already taken the lead. They've already won 3 in a row. It's okay to tie it back up to 4-4, but what I'm seeing is this is going to be an incredibly close game. This is a mirrored matchup here. So if anything is to be pointed out, I think we're going to see the same thing once the sides switch. So we're going to be here a while, but let's see who's going to be on site for a while as we're seeing Pain pushing right into CT, trying to get the most amount of the weapons that they can.
Yeah.
Pain's, oh, the stun! Oh, but Haxa, he is going to be able to pick it up for his dead teammate and get the other, so it makes it semi-worth it, but we're looking at that money, and it's not really flowing too well.
I mean, they still have enough in the tank to pick up an operator, so that's huge right now. And the fact that it's going to be Crescent on it, that's pretty interesting, because so far it's been the dynamic duo of Crescent and Kairos that have been venturing out, doing their best to find a couple of kills. But on that operator, his mobility is going to be a little bit more limited, a little bit more. Like, I wouldn't put it past Crescent to just push out in either case. But yeah, that operator, they're going to have to be pretty careful. There are you do have the breach available for some flashes and to try and like push them off these angles, but apart from the breach utility, you really have nothing that can counter that operator, so that might make things a little bit harder. Once again, it's going to be some pressure towards A with the help of that breach utility from the side of Team Fish Tacos. It's going to be Pain trying to wait it out, not aware of the possibility as to whether there might be a player pushed up or not. Has to come with the boom ball to try and clear out these angles as they make their way forward. Pain also has the showstopper after last round, so that might be something that we can see Team Handsome JITS use to get entry into sight here.
Yeah, they also have the Nightfall, which is insanely powerful in getting not only information, but also all the pushes you need. But look at that. Defense going straight in. Pain is going to be popping his ultimate and grabs out Haxa, but CFAX has to run away. He's blinded, and he can't really do too much. Attackers are going to be incredibly low. We see the Brimstone was able to take a headshot. But let's see if he can do it again. What a shot. Everybody's getting tagged in the head, leaving only Crescent, who's been rocking this op for a while, but he's not going to be able to connect it this time. And now it's going to be another save coming out here, Zach.
I mean, if they let Crescent save, because now they know that he has his hands on that operator. And if I were the side of Team... honestly, if I were the side of Team Handsome JITS, I would probably let Crescent keep it, because a Crescent with an operator is way less dangerous than a Crescent with a rifle, at least from what I've seen so far. But I haven't seen Crescent op in this game yet, so I might be wrong. But either way, yeah, you're right. That is going to be a save coming out once again. And this time around, the team is not going to be really able to buy up around him. You do see Crescent's aware of the possibility that somebody might be pushing into B main and just find that first kill. Will, I think, expect somebody coming in for CT as well. And now at this point, Crescent, he has a job on his hands, and that is to hold on to this operator for the next round. Does hear the fade coming out, but they're going to be pinched through, and if they're not careful, it is going to be a Cypher finding the kill. Just a couple of more seconds. Oh wow, that was scary.
He is very lucky that Cypher completely stopped pushing him right there. I mean, honestly, if Hyena Scrotum was able to just turn that corner, it was going to be GG, no re. But he does get to keep the op, now has enough money to buy some armor to go alongside it. But his team, they're going on nothing but Deagles right now. The Sheriff is going to be coming up big here. No real amount of armor either. This is an eco round of the century, and it's pretty much 3 rounds till GG on this half. So I want to see some more out of Crescent's op, especially since it might be an A push, but no, it's going straight into A.
They have left the spike behind, though, if I'm not wrong. So if Crescent can push up a little bit and get their hands on the spike, it might be what they need to at least try and win this round. Already you can see them coming forward, but that tripwire is going to save the life of that particular player. Just a second off the angle was Crescent, and still managing to stay alive. Like you mentioned, a lot of oppressive utility being committed right now as they try to wait before they push into the smoke. The Haunt not quite giving away any locations of the players on either side, but there's going to be a 3-person stack on this particular side, and the flank is good too. How I thought that was going to be a collat, but either way, it is going to be Crescent desperately trying to stay alive here, being bombarded with flashes right now, but the pain shells will keep him alive further, and now they're going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, are they? The side of Team Handsome JITS, and Crescent is still wreaking havoc, finally being shut down, but the damage has been done. Only 3 players remain, and one of them is solo.
Yeah, and Shane there did take a lot of damage from the collat there, and I don't think it killed him because he shot through the legs of Shane to knock out Pain, and that's definitely not what you want to be seeing here if you're the Rays. You'd hope that your teammate in front of you died to the op, but Shane, now staying alive, will take this opportunity to plant that bomb and take whatever he can to really hold this down, but they are very low on util here, and what a shot from Frag. Looks like he wants to do it again. Shane, if he swings, he's just going to be one and done. Both of them now sitting over by Arcade and Heaven here. And that's going to be all up to Shane. Last HP in a dream, and it's going to be dreaming good night to you. And this is again tied up 5-5.
Yeah, and another thrifty round coming out of Team Taco. Here, I think that it's 2 thrifties for tacos so far, Team Fish Tacos, and 1 for the side of Handsome JITS. Either way, these players are showing that whatever guns they might have, you don't want to mess up. Managed to get their hands on the operator as well, so that's definitely something that they're going to be taking into the next round. And you know how I said that it's going to be better for the side of Handsome JITS if Crescent had his hands on an op because that might make him less aggressive? I take that back. He made it all the way through the spawn to the opposite side, through the attacker's spawn, to be able to get those 2.5 kills, and I think that was what really made the difference, and it's again going to give Crescent that showstopper as we head into this particular round. Both teams are going to be able to buy up, but ultimate wise, it is going to be Team Fish Tacos who has a little bit of an advantage because they have the showstopper and they're also only 1 away from that Rolling Thunder, so that's going to be huge right now.
Yeah, and also, I mean, looking at the economy here for the attackers, if they lose this, they're not going to be able to full purchase in the last round of the half, which is definitely a detriment. But I think they don't want to lose it. They like their A push. It's been very consistent so far. And if they could just get themselves onto A, I know that their post plant is significant enough to hold this down. But they're playing it patient. They saw last time in the round before that, everybody on the B side has rotated right through their spawn. So they're trying to play around that.
Honestly, I like the way that Team Fish Tacos are playing this because they're really playing with the pace of the game here. You saw them like get super aggressive in a couple of rounds. They do that for 2 rounds in a row, maybe, and then that forces the side of Handsome JITS to play a bit slower. But right now, it's going to be switched up again, and this change of pace is really buying a lot of time on the clock for the defense here. It's forcing them to like really wait it out and try to get the commit here. Shane will have the Rolling Thunder available, and off the back of that, you might see a push coming through. But for the retake, like I mentioned earlier, they have both the showstopper as well as the Rolling Thunder on the opposite side as well. So this might be a 5-1-5. Never mind. As I said, Frag is going to be the one anchoring down the side, doing as much damage as humanely possible, and already taking down the tip of the spear here for the side of Team Handsome JITS. Oh god.
Yeah, Frag though, oh, the run and gun, the boost from the absolute speed that the stim gives you. Complex is on a road to an ace, but no, shuts down by the nade, leaving just Crescent in a 1 versus 2. This is the second round of the half, or the second to last round of the half, and Crescent, he does have his ultimate. He has 13 kills and wants to make it 15, but that bomb starts getting planted. We might be able to see this. The pop up, the pop out, and the pop down. That's going to be the trade, making this a 1v1. Where is the Cypher, though? Right in front of you. Hyena Scrotum, always there to clutch it.
That was a round that got way closer than it should have, all because of the heroics of Complex there, who just went ham with the Stim Beacon and the Vandal. Like, usually on the Stim Beacon, it's impossible for me to hit a shot on the Vandal, but it doesn't matter for Complex. He has it. That's a really bad way to be denied an ace, I think, for the second time this game, though. A little bit unfortunate, but hey, the win is a win. Like you mentioned, though, the economy, it's in a bit of a rough spot. You do see that they're able to barely scrape together a full buy, but hey, it's the last round of the half anyway, so the more you do, the better. Again, not many ults available for both teams, seeing that they managed to commit. I think that the Rolling Thunder is still online for the side of Team Fish Tacos, but aside from that, not much else left in the bank. Oh, never mind. They used it to last round for the retake. My bad.
Yeah, they're doing what they can here. Obviously, we still have one ultimate. It's going to be CFAX right away from it. Complex is 1 away from his ult, so they might be able to grab that. But if we're going to look at these players, it's going to be all about the flank developing here. It's a big A push no matter what. 4 players already in Arcade and Heaven. Pain leading the charge. They are going to try to get to B here. Can they do enough? They are going to get spotted out. Pain taking the time to take out his dart, and this is all about the retake.
Cage trigger.
It's really important that, like, if you look at who planted the spike, it is going to be Complex. I think that's going to give them the orbital strike as well. A bit of an awkward interaction, and Complex is going to be the one who finds the better. The Blink Thunder is committed as they try to make this retake work, but that stun and the nade combo is just beautiful, doing so much damage right now to the Fade. Again, just the denial utility coming in from the side of team. Handsome Jits is very oppressive. Fish Tacos is really struggling to break through this crossfire. Hyena, Scrotum, and Shane find one each. Haxa, but trying to bring it back here. It's all down to just a Cypher. A 1v3. We'll have to ace it out to clutch it, and it's not going to be happening. Goop Chill says, hey man, I got no chill, and it's going to be the side of Team Handsome Jits ending the half with a bit of an advantage, 7-5.
Yeah, they're doing such a clean job here. Obviously, I love what I'm seeing coming out from Team Handsome Jits. They are, considered one of the best teams in the roster right now for the open divisions. And, speaking of that, Team Fish Tacos, they've been a very consistent team. Last time I watched them, they took the game here away from the previous players. And we were seeing insanely good clutching up. It was an overtime of the century. I think we had 7 overtimes that day. So not exactly is something we expected. Me and Soren were there casting for what's felt to be all day there, and now we're seeing it maybe happen again. I think Team Fish Tacos, whenever they get pressured, they are absolutely able to get even closer than anything before.
I mean, it is going to be to Fish Tacos on attack, and you saw how aggressive they were on the defense, so they can definitely do like a much better job, I feel like, on this particular half. Talking about this half, though, it is going to be a little bit of a default coming out, a push on both sides. They're just testing the waters here, seeing who exactly is playing where before they try to go in for a little bit of damage. Complex goes for a bit of a white swing, barely gets away with his life there. Still has all of his HP though, as well as his utility. 3 smokes still remaining. The Cypher cages are buying so much time right now, and Complex is able to do his own damage here. In the meantime, though, talking about damage, it is going to be Fish Tacos trying to push into the spawn. Not quite the best idea though, as they are at a player disadvantage. In the meantime, CFAX manages to get some control on the A side, and the spike will eventually go down. We saw a 3v5 coming out of the side of Team Handsome Jits. The question is, can Fish Tacos do something similar in this particular round?
I really am hoping that they can do something better than nothing, and Frag is going to frag out and taking out Hyena, Scrotum 45, and that's kind of what you want to be seeing here, but it's a 2 versus 2. Breach and Brimstone versus Raise and Brimstone, but who's going to be bringing the Brimstone for this round? Just needing to really just anchor it down, send him to hell, as Pain is now just around the corner looking for something here. Complex is going to be tapping that bomb, trying to get some info. Will get stunned off of it. And a flashbang still available to try to keep him back, but it's going to be so hard to defuse it. It's planted for main here. And they're just going for it, but Complex, being the hero that he is, running straight to the smoke, grabbing 1, grabbing 2. What?
What?
Where is CFAX looking? Oh, no. It seems as though his PC has disconnected, and that is definitely something different for these players.
That was so unlucky. I thought that he was like waiting to flash or something. That's why I was tucked into the corner. But all things considered, I have huge respect for Complex. They were like, yeah, we have to stick the spike. You know what, homie? You go and grab the spike. I'll go grab the kills. And I feel like even if CFAX had still been alive, hadn't been disconnected, I feel like Complex had a chance of clutching it out. Because when a Brimstone runs at you at full speed, it's really scary.
Very scary here, but I guess now we're at this point in time, we could definitely talk about what's going on at IGLeague. If you guys want to check it out, make sure to head on over to IGLeague.com. There's always something going on. We also are in the works with a few other little mini projects. If you guys have ever stopped by IGLeague during the off season, we also have, I believe, some racing that we do like to have little tournaments over, so check that out. You can also join the Discord if anybody here wants to compete in one of these open divisions. You can also sign up on the website at igleague.com. But with that promotion out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing here. It is a big lead, 3 points down for the side of Handsome Jits, and is that because we saw CFAX disconnect, or are we going to see something different moving forward here, Zach?
I mean, honestly, looking at last round, if you ignore the whole disconnect factor, I feel like the side of Team Handsome Jits, they're playing it super cautiously. You do see them trying to go for a little bit of info, but nothing with the level of aggressiveness that you saw coming in from Team Fish Tacos on their defensive half. So they're happy with the team comps that they're running. Both of these teams are running. You have a lot of utility available, whether it's Brimstone Smokes, Fade for the Fade utility for information, the Breach concussions, as well as just the Raise Pain Shells to do a lot of damage or deny a push. So there's a lot that you can do on the retake as well, because you just have so much available to clear out those corners without even having to peek into them. I think that they're just going for the retake. And again, you saw how towards like that first push coming out, that fake out coming out towards that B side, they were just happy to hold spawn. They knew that Fish Tacos would be a little bit eager to get inside. It seems like Fish Tacos, they bit off more than they could chew. I feel like Handsome JITS is more than prepared for this match, and I think that's definitely a plus in their favor. But Fish Tacos, I feel like they're one of the most adaptable teams we have in this tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes into overtime, just between you and me.
Yeah, and let's head it over to casting desk real quick to look our viewers right in the eye as we talk about this a little bit. So Zach, I love what you said about how you kind of broke down the little basics here for us, but I also want to preface here, it's not often at IGL that we have technical pauses go that long if a player disconnects. Usually it's when one of us disconnects. But over here at IGL, some things can happen. And I gotta ask, the last time I casted here for IGL, I beat my record for the most amount of overtimes I've ever casted at 7 overtimes in a row. And that was, something not exactly found here, but that was just in week 4. And now that we're going to be getting into week 5, I'm expecting that we're going to be seeing these kind of matches get a lot closer than ever before. So, Zach, my question for you, let's have a little conversation. What kind of overtimes, how much Valorant have you casted in one day? Because I do so much.
So my record when it comes to casting is I was casting for 3 separate events in 3 different time zones over 3 days, and I think I casted like 24 maps in about 48 hours, or
Yeah.
like about 32 hours. Sorry, like no, about like 52 hours. Yeah, sorry, I'm bad at
Wow.
math, but it was insane. I slept in increments. I was like, yeah, okay, NA sleep schedule. Okay, that's done. I have 2 hours I can afford to sleep. Wash my face, get some coffee, go cast more.
Yeah.
Then the South Asian event, go, and then right after that, it's gonna be Southeast Asia. So man, it was just a super banger of a weekend. The nice thing is, I thought that of all the things that I would struggle with, it would be my voice giving out, but my voice was fine. In fact, it
Yeah.
sounded even better after like 3 days of casting. It had like this little deep kind of timbre that really resonated. So I hope that I get to cast more like that, so my voice sounds that good. But what about you?
Yeah.
What's your record when it comes to casting?
Honestly, I would say today I've been casting so much. I started off casting some EU esports for Valorant, and now I'm here. And then later tonight, I'm going to be casting some Call of Duty. So that's going to be 3 different time zones in the span of one day. But the most I've casted in one time was probably 18 hours. I did an EU event in the morning, and then 10 hours and then 2 hours of Valorant, and then 10 hours at the Mystic Singularity series. So that was about 18 hours in one day. So yeah, we've definitely done a whole lot of stuff here. But looking at what we got for the score and looking at for all of these different things here, I don't know if we're going to have this player reconnect in a timely fashion. So for that sake, I'm going to see you guys in about 5 minutes here. Me and Zach are pretty eager to get back into this game. Once this player reconnects, we'll be back live. No casting desk, just gameplay and just our voices. So we'll see you in just a little bit. Minari takes him down. Only 1 bullet, decides to reload right in front of Green. Tries getting it halfway, and he actually sticks it all the way to half. And he reads those Yun Min with the win. What a clutch. On 1, but they're out. But here comes the nightmare. It's making them very afraid. Spike is now down. Lucky holding that W key. Getting a double kill with the spray down. This man's ready to go, and it's all up to Zell. He sprays it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with 1 spray and then a clean clutch up. And right now, Truly with this tour de force is going to spot 1 and only able to get it, but that's going to be a double, and that's a triple. God. That's what we like to see.
Handedly! No!
Bring them back into this game. Now going for it. The ultimate's now pushing in, and all the dumpage. Lemon able to get a just mow down of a spray, getting all these picks today.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon off the back of really beautiful high tempo.
So let's see what's going to happen moving forward. We do have a Paranoia getting thrown out, and what a spray down. He gets himself 3. He gets himself 4. Jector, you're just better at that, and now defenders get the match point.
Oh, man.
Separate the defense. Oh, no.
And the spray down beat.
It's got to be in Fire's hands. Of course, the Vandal, very powerful, able to get himself 2 picks, and able to get all of them. What a beautiful play.
This could be tragic. Finds 2, 3, 4. Come on.
And slow things down a little bit, but now Santee in a 1v3, this is going to be very tricky. Able to find 1 here. He's going for the second one, and he's got it with the classic out. He's going to find the 3rd kill, a 4-piece for Santee, actually able to close it out and put them up.
They're gonna save it for 1 more.
Oh!
Okay, Legend just gonna go ahead and line him up and shut him down. Killer and LA Luch down in 1
The
shot.
push, but Lulu and Chill, he's able to get 2, and that's gonna be the final shot he hears. Of course, a little bit of a flashbang coming around. Kai jumping on top of Bench, making a lot of noise. These attackers are on point, and this is where Kai shots. But what a shot! He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we're battling it out, but here we go. Brady from the top of heavens, able to try to do some damage. Last man standing here. What is gonna happen now that we got Zambi? He knows that 1 is underneath him, but Kai is down. Last man, and he gets 2. Last guy, he's got it, and Gio, he's the man to get the pick. Beautiful play, but oh no, does he have enough time? It's gonna be down to the wire.
Oh my lord, he actually pulls it.
0.15. That is not okay. He no-scopes it. He wall bangs and he aces it. That's what we love seeing. Kai is excited. His mouse movement is it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away a position, and Lucky getting a 4K with 1 spray and then a clean.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon.
1 for 1. It's an ace from Mikey if he can get it, and he's going to ace it. Mikey, MVP of his team, going in hard. Win it again.
You will not kill
Nice
my
res coming out. Spots Minari, takes him down. Only 1 bullet, decides to reload right in front of Green. Tries getting in halfway, and he actually sticks it all the way to half, and he reads those Yun Min with the win. What a clutch. Not 1, but they're out. But here comes the nightmare. It's making them very afraid. Spike is now down. Lucky holding that W key, getting a double kill with the spray down. This man's ready to go, and it's all up to Zell. He sprays it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away a position, and Lucky getting a 4K with 1 spray and then a clean. Clutch playing, and right now Truly with this tour de force is gonna spot 1 and only able to get it, but that's gonna be a double, and that's a triple.
God.
That's what we like to see.
Unseen. What? Single-handedly. No. Bring them back into this game.
Are now going for it. The ultimate's now pushing in, and all the dumpage. Lemon able to get a just mow down of a spray, getting all these picks today.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon off the back of really beautiful high tempo.
So let's see what's going to happen moving forward. We do have a Paranoia getting thrown out, and what a spray down. He gets himself 3. He gets himself 4. Jector, you're just better at that, and now defenders get the match point.
Oh, man.
Separate the defense. Oh, no. And the spray down beat.
It's got to be in Fire's hands. Of course, the Vandal, very powerful, able to get himself 2 picks, and able to get all of them. What a beautiful play.
This could be tragic. Finds 2, 3, 4. Come on.
And slow things down a little bit, but now Santee in a 1v3, this is going to be very tricky. Able to find 1 here. He's going for the second one, and he's got it with the classic out. He's going to find the 3rd kill, a 4-piece for Santee, actually able to close it out and put them up.
They're gonna save it for 1 more. But okay, Legend just gonna go ahead and line him up and shut him down. Killer and Lelouch down in one
Little
shot.
push, but Lulu and Chill, he's able to get 2, and that's gonna be the final shot he hears. Of course, a little bit of a flashbang coming around. Kai jumping on top of bench, making a lot of noise. These attackers are on point, and this is where Kai shots. What a shot! He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we're battling it out, but here we go. Brady from the top of heavens, able to try to do some damage. Last man standing here. What is gonna happen now that we got Zambi? He knows that one is underneath him, but Kai is down. Last man, and he gets 2. Last guy, he's got it, and Geo, he's the man to get the pick. Beautiful play, but oh no, does he have enough time? It's gonna be down to the wire.
Oh my lord, he actually pulls it.
0.15. That is not okay. He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we love seeing. Kai is excited, his mouse movement is it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with 1 spray and then a clean.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon.
1 for 1, it's an ace from Mikey if he can get it, and he's gonna ace it. Mikey, MVP of his team, going in hard. Win it again.
You will not kill
Nice
my
res coming out. Spots Minari, takes him down. Only 1 bullet, decides to reload right in front of Green. Tries getting in halfway, and he actually sticks it all the way to half, and he makes those Young Min with the win. What a clutch. On 1, but they're out. But here comes the nightmare. It's making them very afraid. Spike is now down. Lucky holding that W key, getting a double kill with the spray down. This man's ready to go, and it's all up to Zell. He sprays it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with 1 spray and then a clean. Clutch playing, and right now truly with this tour de force is gonna spot 1 and only able to get it, but that's gonna be a double, and that's a triple. That's what we like to see.
Unseen.
Handedly!
No!
Them back into this game.
Are now going for it. The ultimate's now pushing in, and all the dumpage. Lemon able to get a just mow down of a spray, getting all these picks today.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace for Lemon off the back of really beautiful high tempo.
So let's see what's going to happen moving forward. We do have a Paranoia getting thrown out, and what a spray down. He gets himself 3. He gets himself 4. Jector, you're just better at that, and now defenders get the match point.
Oh, man.
Separate the defense. Oh, no!
And the spray down right team getting.
It's got to be in Fire's hands. Of course, the Vandal, very powerful, able to get himself 2 picks, and able to get all of them. What a beautiful play.
This could be tragic. Finds 2, 3, 4. Come on.
And slow things down a little bit, but now Santee in a 1v3, this is going to be very tricky. Able to find 1 here. He's going for the second one, and he's got it with the classic out. He's got to find the 3rd kill, a 4-piece for Santee. Actually able to close it out and put them up.
They're gonna save it for 1 more. But okay, Legend just gonna go ahead and line him up and shut him down. Killer and Lelouch down in 1 shot.
Push, but Lulu and Chill, he's able to get 2, and that's gonna be the final shot he hears. Of course, a little bit of a flashbang coming around. Kai jumping on top of bench, making a lot of noise. These attackers are on point, and this is where Kai shots. What a shot! He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we're battling it out, but here we go. Brady from the top of heavens, able to try to do some damage. Last man standing here. What is gonna happen now that we got Zambi? He knows that 1 is underneath him, but Kai is down. Last man, and he gets 2. Last guy, he's got it, and Geo, he's the man to get the pick. Beautiful play, but oh no, does he have enough time? It's gonna be down to the wire.
Oh my lord, he actually pulls it.
0.15. That is not okay. He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we love seeing. Kai is excited, his mouth
position and lucky getting a 4K with one spray and then a clean clutch up. Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace of Lemon. One for one, it's an ace from Mikey if he can get it, and he's gonna ace it. Mikey, MVP of his team, going in hard.
Win it again.
You will not kill
Nice
my
res coming out. Spots Minari, takes him down. Only one bullet, decides to reload right in front of green. Tries getting in halfway, and he actually... Hello, everybody, and welcome back. And with a sad, sorrowful heart, I have to say that game one of this best of three has been forfeited by the side of Team Fish Tacos due to a disconnect from CFAX today. However, they do have a sub, and we are going to be seeing this forfeited match now leading into the next map here on, I believe, Haven. So in Haven, we might see it be a safe haven for people's PCs to not turn off, and hopefully we'll see you guys in just a little bit as we get that going. So from me and Zach, I am very proud to say that the games will keep on going. We'll be right back in the map of Haven in technically game two. So stick around.
He no-scopes it, he wall bangs, and he aces it. That's what we love seeing. Kai is excited, his mouse movement. Is it down? But that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and lucky getting a 4K with one spray and then a clean clutch up. Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly the thing that we want to be seeing out of Lemon. He's going for the ace here, and he's going to try to close it out with the overdrive. Ace of Lemon. One for one, it's an ace from Mikey if he can get it, and he's gonna ace it. Mikey, MVP of his team, going in hard.
Win it again.
You will not kill
Nice
my
res coming out. Spots Minari, takes him down. Only one bullet, decides to reload right in front of green. Tries getting in halfway, and he actually sticks it all the way to half, and he makes those Yun Min with the win.
clutch.
What a clutch. Not one, but they're out. But here comes the nightmare. It's making them very afraid. Spike is now down. Lucky holding that W key. Getting a double kill with the spray down. This man's ready to go, and it's all up to Zell. He sprays it down, but that nade, it's doing some work. He doesn't know where this Reyna could be, but Reyna's giving away her position, and Lucky getting a 4K with one spray and then a clean clutch up. And right now, Truly with this tour de force is going to spot one and only able to get it, but that's going to be a double, and that's a triple. That's what we like to see.
Unseen. What? Single-handedly. No.
Bring them back into this game.
Are now going for it. The ultimate's now pushing in, and all the dumpage.
You are my ecstasy when you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Hey, don't call me. Don't really saw me rolling. Like, whoa. You took all my love like you stole it. Got me like, whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my You are my You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my. You are my. You are my. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around. You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I You are my ecstasy. When you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Couldn't come in, could be sorry rolling. Like whoa, you took all my love like you stole it. Got me like whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my. You are my. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Every time you leave, I come down. So good to know that I need you around. You are my. You are my. You are my. Every time you leave, I come down. So girl, you know that I need you around.
All right, everyone, we're going to be back here with map number 2 of Team Fish Tacos versus Handsome Jits. Just to remind people who are just tuning in, map number 1 was unfortunately forfeited by Team Fish Tacos after one of their players disconnected. But hey, they're back with a substitute coming in right now, and we're going to be heading into map number 2, which is Haven. So welcome back, everybody, and welcome back, Edu. How are you doing today?
You know, I'm doing pretty okay. Obviously, winning by forfeit, not exactly the best way to win, but we were seeing the direction that this team was in. Handsome Jits, very solid opening up here, being able to keep them back. Did win that round there. They managed to have a lead at the start of that half, regardless of their team doing pretty dang well. So I think that, you know, is it a forfeit? Or is it just a take a little break, stretch your legs kind of day? Let's find out if this team, now with a substitute, we have a substitute for both sides right now. We're going to have Wraith for the side of Handsome Jits, and we have the wonderful player known as NBG Poppy for the side of Team Taco. So Team Fish Taco, I think, is going to have a little bit of a rougher time here, especially since they're playing with a sub, but the enemies are doing the exact same thing. So let's see who's going to be really up here to rock their best gameplay.
Yeah, this time around it's going to be Fish Tacos starting off on defense, and they've switched agents a little bit. Pain, we saw them pop up on the Raze during the last map. This time around they're going to be going in for that Jet instead. On Haven, I think it's quite a good agent considering that a lot of these angles can be held on by an operator. So, of course, that Jet pick makes sense for both sides. Again, it's going to be an almost mirror matchup. The only change is going to be... actually, never mind. There's going to be no change at all. It's going to be a perfectly mirror matchup. Right off the bat, it's going to be a very quick execute into that B side. The Gajor utility are doing almost no damage as Pain just dashes in and breaks that turret. It's going to be a free plant coming in for the side of team Oh, handsome Jits
Ooh.
there, but the flank again. It's going to be a 3-player flank coming in, and poor Hyena couldn't keep track. Wraith though is able to get that trade as is complex, and suddenly things are looking great again for the side of handsome Jits. The spike still planted, 2 players left alive to try and make this retake somehow work, but I don't really fancy their chances at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard here. Only K-Rose now in a 1v4, looking for something with a ghost. Actually turns one into a ghost, but Shane is going to do the same to him. And with Shane doing the same, he's also going to be teabagging the body. That's already right off the bat something that you want to be seeing. But if they're going to start BMing, we're going to have to start seeing them all play a little bit better, because this game ain't over quite yet.
Yeah, they might be a map down due to unfortunate circumstances, but I wouldn't count Fish Tacos out quite yet. Wraith is going to be the MVP for the side of Handsome Jits here. Might be a substitute, but still doing their job. A bit of a great buy coming in right now. You do see Guardian, you see a Vandal, 3 Spectres across the board. So economically and weapon-wise, it is going to be the side of Handsome Jits starting things off with a bit of an advantage in this round. But again, you're going to see Crescent just walking up, does not have a care in the world as they go forward here. Smoke still blocking off some angles, but if Crescent times it right, they might be able to get a kill, but the turret is going to put a stop to any kind of flank here. A flank action coming in right here. Crescent stuck in the corner right now. The Aftershock forcing him out of that angle, and Shane will be able to capitalize fully on that kill. Well, at the very least, I think that he managed to burn off like 20 seconds off the clock, so it's not an entire loss.
Yeah, but 20 seconds when you still have a minute and it's about 10 seconds away from sight, that's not what you want to be seeing. But we're seeing some shots coming out from K-Rose, taking out Hyena Scrotum. It just doesn't seem to be this Hyena's game right now. But let's find out. Pain is going to be forcing up this Vandal. Now, Pain asked if he wanted to 1v1 me, but let's see if he can 1v1 frag right out of the window here. And it looks like he doesn't even have to. His team is going to be able to clean this up. Shane with the triple. Wraith with the Guardian is going to be able to clean it up as well. But here comes the buy around coming out from the defense.
Yeah, finally, it's going to be rifles across the board. You do see light armor on 2 of the players who forced up sheriffs in the previous time, but hey, at a range, if you can hit a headshot, it doesn't matter what kind of armor you have. The Guardian and the Vandal still online. Hyena Scrotum forced to go for a little bit of an awkward buy after they lost that Spectre, but aside from that, things still looking good right now for the team. I mean, you can definitely make things work with that Guardian and Vandal if they can get a pick or 2 right off the bat, and I feel like they're going to be trying to just run it down C the way they're positioned right now. It's going to be where the Killjoy utility is already. You can see a smoke coming in out of MBG Poppy here, trying to slow down a possible push, but nevertheless, it's going to be all the players stacked up. Pain just stashing in, opening up the site, catches sight of the Omen as well, and manages to connect that first kill. A huge impact frag right now. Haxa, though, still on the site, being a menace, making it 1-for-1. The spike will go down, and Haxa gets away with their life, and it's going to be a 4v4 retake.
It's going to be a 4v4, but I think at the end of the day, it's the weapon advantage that really matters the most. Crescent on the flank in mid, looking for something, but he's just going to join his team, and they are very heavily stacked in garage. No chance at flanking, especially from this KJ bot, but he's going to break it and try to keep that Killjoy distracted, and it's going to be all out of the garage here as they're running it down. Wraith does have that Guardian. Will watch his teammate fall, but needs to make some others fall, and he's going to do the best with Complex, making some more. Now 1v3. It's going to be fragging out, grabbing one, but there's not a whole lot of time, and he's going to go for the save.
Especially when the last 2 players you're up against are Silva and a Killjoy. I don't really fancy your chances of defusing that spike, even if you manage to get a couple more kills. That is going to be the full buy round of Team Fish Tacos, not exactly going in their favor. Hyena Scrotum does fall to the spike, not exactly something that you'd expect to see, but nevertheless, a great round coming out of the attackers. Once again, that quick execute, it just felt like on the retake, they just could have had nothing to break that crossfire. You did see a lot of flashes, a lot of utility being committed, but they did not check for Complex, and that was the fatal mistake in that particular round. With the buy broken, it's only going to be Frag who has enough money for a rifle. However, the side of Team Fish Tacos does have some ults to play with. In particular, I have my eyes out for Kairos on that Hunter's Fury. If Kairos can connect one of those bolts and get like a kill right off the bat or 2, or deny the plant, it might be what Fish Tacos need to make this round, even with the economy that they have work out.
Yeah, it's all about the economy, how they're going to be able to work it out. But let's see Pain working some shots out, and the economy not looking too good for defense. Attack is just very consistent in keeping these players back. Wraith, 0 deaths so far. This is the Silva that is not wanting to drop yet. But Crescent, right around the corner, he does have a buck. He's looking for something. It's going to be a Hyena. Just looking for his first kill here. Needs to get that. The timing will be spotted out, and Crescent manages to not take any damage. Does use up a smoke here to try to hold that down, but just going to be him and the Sova with not the best kind of guns. Bucky up close, though. That's going to be one and a dash away. Looking for another. He's going straight into a spray, and Shane is now down, and this is going to be all to Kairos.
Oh my god, it is. All the utility in the world being spammed at Kairos right now, still managing to get a kill before being traded out here. Frag though with the Phantom does manage to do a lot of damage. It's gonna come down to just one player remaining. It's gonna be Hyena Scrotum, 45, super low, and it's going to be Poppy on the cleanup here as they get that kill. Thrifty coming through for the side of Team Fish Tacos, and what a Thrifty it was. I love watching the Bucky get kills, especially considering that it is the cheapest gun that you can buy right now. That is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. It is one of those best eco guns. You know, Sheriff technically, I think, falls into there, but it's technically still a pistol as well. I really think the Marshall has come into its own, but Bucky will always have a place in the hearts of many, especially those who played, you know, from season 1 and before. The Bucky was the most broken gun in the game, but luckily it's not the same way. But we're still seeing that bot kind of recently, especially with the stinger changes. However, let's talk a little bit about this push up through mid. They're going straight in and needed to get this going.
Yeah, they're in all right. Yeah. This time around, Pain, though, not able to find that first kill, and that's going to completely detract right now, and that's going to shut down the B push as well. In the meantime, it is going to be these two players locking down this B side, remaining 3 for the side of Team and some JITS. They're going to be stopped in their tracks, just waiting for some excessive aggression, perhaps, that will let them try and even out the numbers before they go for a full-on commit. Wraith walking up, lurking through. This time around, Crescent says, nobody, it's not going to be happening. Fish Tacos have woken up, and they will not be denied. Last two players, the Omen looking super low as well. Complex, only 25 HP to work with, even with the Omen ult, and there is still some killjoy utility left on this A side, so that's going to give away the presence here. If they can get the spike plan, at least they're going to have some money, and that does seem to be the battle plan here. But you never know. You see the most egregious situations and clutches coming out of these particular players. We already saw 1v3 from Hyena Scrotum in the previous map here. So if they can sneak through this A spawn, they might be able to get a couple of kills, assuming that Fish Tacos, you know, break that crossfire anytime soon, which they don't seem to be doing.
Yeah, they're not breaking it through, but they're ready to go. Hyena Scrotum right around the corner. Will actually be spotted by the trip here, but no, he's able to go right underneath that, not being dropped too much. The turret is doing some damage to him, though, and now he's down to 71, so not ideal for himself, but this is a 5 versus 2, and there's a flanker right behind you. It's going to be the Breach, ready to breach right through you, and Frag, ready to frag out, needing to find one, gets one, but it's Complex under heaven, and he's getting these shots down, but unfortunately, he would need to ace it to clutch that round.
Yeah, on 25 HP, I don't think so. But the fact that he managed to get 2 kills there is still pretty good for the side of Handsome JITS. But nevertheless, it's going to be Team Fish Tacos winning it out. They've woken up a little bit. It does seem like Crescent is back to hitting those shots that made him such a demon in the last couple of games that we've seen them play. So definitely a huge plus. And I think that's going to mitigate the economy. It's going to be the last bit that they can really afford to buy. You see a Stinger of all things on the Breach. They're just trying to scrape together whatever they can for this particular round. And lots of ultimates still online for both these teams here to try and work with. Pain in particular, if they can get their hands on like a kill or two, they will have that Blaze Storm available for next round. So they should be able to force up on this Phantom here. Either way though, so far they've had 1 success and 1 failure at this B side. So if I think their plan is to try and keep working mid as long as possible to try and get those entrance frags. But so far, Fish Tacos, it seems like they've gotten up to the plan here.
Yeah, they're trying their best. Pain takes a lot of damage. Stuck in this corner. He's actually dead to util. That's too many smokes. And there it is. Bomb is going to go down. We are seeing Shane carry it back and take one. But the ultimates are flying. They have to try to hold this down. Pappy is in a pretty bad spot there. But luckily, Shane is trying to make some noise. Will be able to get spotted out by the Omen. They're just kind of stuck in this spot between a rock and a hard place. It's all up to Shane here, but Shane's about to feel the pain as Poppy goes for yet another pick here. And defenders are going to tie this up 3-3. Another close game by Team Fish Tacos and Handsome JITS.
Just a reminder, Fish Tacos, they are under a lot of pressure to win this map because they already forfeited number 1. They have to win this to be able to take this to a map 3 and have a chance at winning out this series. And it seems like they're certainly prepared for that. In particular, like the fact that Crescent has gotten his hands on the operator might be something to watch out for. You saw that shot coming through. I think that was a wallbang, if I'm not wrong, with how about that Sova recon. But yeah, Crescent, he's a menace with any kind of weapon you give him. The Sheriff, yes, the operator, yes, the Bucky, yes. And right now, again, it's going to be the read coming through impeccably from the side of Team Fish Tacos. 3 players towards this A side here. The recon as well, trying to be, get some early info online. The operator, though, now they're going to know exactly where it is. And Crescent, well, has a dash active and manages to get away with that kill as well. What a great shot. Gets a second as well. Oh, that is just nasty. And no sign of them giving up either. Goes for the third. Just connects it. Caught in the corner. That is going to be complex
Oh my
shutdown.
God.
The 4th on the board. At this point, this man is just playing aim labs. 1 left to go. It's just a killjoy on the lurk towards mid. Hyena Scrotum has a lot of work to do. And Crescent, he's hungry for that ace. He wants it. He needs it. He wants to bring Team Fish Tacos back into this. The flash is good, but it's a little bit too late. And, well, now it's up to Hyena Scrotum to try and ace this out to win it out. But that's gonna happen. 4-3 as Team Fish Tacos take the lead, and Crescent is a monster on that operator. That's all I have.
Yeah, Crescent is absolutely a monster. I love, Zach, that you pointed out, oh, they know where the op is. It doesn't matter where they knew it was. They were at the wrong end of it for that entire round, dying 4 players to 1 person. Definitely Crescent coming up big there. Now at the top of the game scoreboard, 9-5, and has Bladestorm ready just in case their money goes down. But look at this. These attackers have been ecoing it up and forcing themselves to try to buy whatever they can. Back again, they have only a Stinger and a Spectre to really make some noise here.
Yeah, the Bladestorm is going to be the last hope for this particular team to try and do some damage. I mean, we saw the impact they could have with Stinger, so I wouldn't count them out quite yet. But it's going to be Pain having to go forward and really open up the side again. Lots of nano swarms as your killjoy utility available to do some damage. It's going to be Haxa with a turret, in fact, finding 1. Pain manages to get the trade, but Haxa still stuck in this corner. This turret still being an absolute menace right now. And Haxa has a lot of work to do here. It's going to be Wraith, though, who cleans it up, and that's going to be the A side completely open right now. The operator, though, already on the flank, spots the spike, and it's going to be Crescent holding down the angle, not quite finding the timing, though, as Wraith does a lot of damage in the process. 3-on-3, and the spike still hasn't gone down yet.
Has yet to go down, but look at this rotate coming around. We are going to have a 3 versus 3, and the lives are definitely disparaged for the side here of Handsome Jibs. And I know Team Fish Taco is going to want to take advantage of that. They're ready to rock. They're ready to roll. We have a stun coming out from Frag. And they're just getting ulted. Shane making sure no one's going to be able to push quite yet. They're playing around time here.
No post plan setup available either, so that might be a little bit of a problem. Pain with the Bladestorm. Also, one of the most healthiest players gets the most dirty shot right there. That is huge right now. Tries to go for the second, but it's going to be Frag getting the refrag here. It's all down to just a 1v1. The Sova versus the Breach, and it seems like Wraith is playing far away, just playing for that ultimate. The Hunter's Fury is going to do, and buy enough time, I believe, for the spike to not get diffused here. 27 HP left. Frag has to stick it. Does he have enough? I don't think he does. And that's going to be the round coming through. Thrifty this time for the side of Team Handsome Jits, and they played that to perfection. Chef's kiss. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Chef's kiss here. And that's what we want to be seeing, because they were cooking up some great plays with that Thrifty. With very little weapons, they were able to really make up something scrumptious for us. But with that clutch, that is also an ultimate down. We saw both Pain's ult with the Bladestorm and the Hunter's Fury in the hands of Wraith get popped here. Luckily, they still have 2 more in Complex and in Hyena, but with Omen's ultimate, it's always very situational. Hopefully, they might be able to use it for an easy rotate. But Crescent, he's back on the op, and he's watching long with like a hawk. Just needs to grab this pick. And he won't. But that's okay, because I think they know how to play around it, and they don't have any ults to really worry about here.
It is going to be the drone invested by Karos here as they try to push forward and make sure that nobody's here. In the meantime, though, it's going to be Crescent getting a little bit over eager, tries to go for the Bladestorm kill, but the stack towards this A side is just too much for them to contend with as they get 2 before the 2 as they open up the side here. Spike should go down any second, and at this point, it's going to be the 3 players remaining for Fish Tacos making a very crucial decision. Do they really want to try and retake this? It seems like they do. Frag on the flank already. It is going to be the Breach stun coming through. Pain tries to go for the swing off the back of it, but Frag was more than ready here. The lockdown invested, forced to get invested right now to try and buy more time, and off the back of that might be the round confirmed for Handsome Jits here. But the thing is that at least for Fish Tacos, they managed to get that lockdown out of the way, so that's going to be 1 less ult that they have to contend with in the long run.
Yeah, they're not going to have to really contend too much here. We are going to see that lockdown kind of buying enough time for the retake to not really be possible here. Defense, they are saving their ultimates, they are saving guns, but Poppy here is also going to be saving up some picks with a nice shot down on a complex and looking for some more here. We do have the Jet kind of inching their way into CT, looking for something, and it actually takes out Haxa. The greed is going to get him gunned down.
Bit off a little bit more than they could chew there, but nevertheless, the lockdown out of the way for the side of Team Handsome Jits. Fish Tacos does have one of their own, though. They're also going to be able to buy back up, though. I don't know if the operator is still going to be online for the Jet here. The economy might not be enough for them to really purchase through, so that's definitely going to be something that Handsome Jits are going to be breathing a sigh of relief over. Oh, never mind. Crescent brought it up. They don't have the sigh of relief. I take it back. Either way, though, that's going to give them a little bit more momentum as they take the lead once again. That seems to be working for them so far. So again, it's going to be the A side where they want to investigate. The recon drone and the smoke actually giving an area for these players to hide through. Kane will be able to push out off the back of that flash, gets that first kill, tries to get the second as well, but it's going to be complex to find it instead. And once again, this aggression on this A side is instantly punished by the side of Team Handsome Jits. And once again, it is going to be 2 players remaining against 5. And once again, I think it's going to be a save.
You know, it might look like a save here, but they're still going for it. They kind of want to take out Hyena, but they're just opening it up for another big swing, and Pappy is going to take advantage of that, grabbing another. With aim like that, I am surprised they are losing this game right now, but this is the top frag, and he is trying to go for something here. He does not really have too many credits to really just push this in, but he's going to go for it regardless, because he does have ultimates that he's been wasting here. I like the bait. Shooting right through the smoke. Is he gonna walk into the shot regardless? No, he actually baits out the reload, but he's a bit too far, too late, too long, and he's gonna get gunned down by Shane.
I think that at this point, the side of Handsome Jits has Team Fish Tacos down to like a perfect read. They expect that aggression on that A side. They wait for it, and they're very precautious. After losing players one by one in that round where Crescent got a 4K, they are having an abundance of caution. And more than that, the operator that they managed to steal last round from the side of Fish Tacos, they're going to be having it online right now. So I think that pain with an operator is going to be even more of a menace if possible. Can just hold down this A angle once the spike goes down. A lot of one-ways that you can put down with the Omen smokes as well. So if that spike goes down, it might be very difficult for the retake to actually commence here. Jumpy comes out and not going to quite catch anything. In fact, the C side is completely open right now. Just one player here. Crescent in this corner, trying to do some damage as they push forward here. If they don't check this corner, Crescent might be able to get a multi-frag. We've seen it happen too many times in every single kind of tournament possible. But nevertheless, I feel like at this point, either you play multiple players on the C side, or just with the raw amount of utility that both of these teams are running, you would be better off trying to retake it one by one. And Crescent is going to be baited out, does get the peek and the swing though, takes down the operator. That is a huge kill right now, has the dash as well. They want to get out, and that might be exactly what they need if they didn't get a little bit too aggressive. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting a lot of aggression here. It might not be worth it, but we're seeing ultimates now flying around. It's the Omen getting himself on a side, but he isn't going to stick it, which is very smart. I almost thought he was going to accidentally stay there, but luckily they are just going to lose an ultimate, lose a player, and rotate to a different site here, as it is second to last round here, and Pappy is not able to connect onto Scrotum. And honestly, I'm not really looking too hot here if you were on the side of Team Fish Taco, because attack, they want this B point and they know how to post plant.
They are going to be making their way in with 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to commit, and they weren't going to be able to get the spike down. Also noting that Shane taking a lot of damage in the process, nevertheless will be having the Rolling Thunder ready to go off the back of that spike plant. So 4v3 numerical advantage, make that 4v2 as Hyena finds another pick. Nevertheless though, Haxa still wants to try and make this retake work here. The lockdown being invested right now. Wraith trying to find the timing. In fact, is willing to let themselves get detained in this corner here as they try to defuse the spike, but with no smokes. That's going to be incredibly difficult for things to really work out here. They fake the tap on the spike, but Hyena is more than ready for it. Gets a third kill on the round, and it's all done just to Sova. We've seen Kairos hit some miraculous shots before, but peeking into a firing squad like that, they're not going to get away with their life. It's going to be the lead further extended, 7-4 right now, as it's just slow but constant domination coming out of these players from Handsome Jits.
Yeah, domination is definitely something that you're not seeing every single day, but it's here, and it's doing what it can to really just show up large. Last round before the swap, and I think we might see another 5-7, which is exactly what we had in the first game, but I might be saying that before I check the scoreboard right now. This team is low on not only money, but ultimate charge. We only have Frag one away, Kairos one away, but at the end of the day, they're going to have to really make it work against a lot of power that Shane is holding here.
Very, very difficult ask. And well, Keros, they've managed to do a great job at anchoring so far, but I think that's going to be the wallbang shot coming out, taking out Poppy without doing too much trade, with no potential for trade at all. Haxa in this corner is going to be trying to play a little bit aggressive, but again, it's these constant solo aggressive plays or team aggressive plays that are just being punished one by one by the side of Team Handsome JITS. It's going to be the drone coming out to try and clear this out. The flash is really good as well, but nevertheless, it's never mind. Haxa manages to connect all three of that. That's such a huge series of kills coming out right now. Still alive, still kicking, and now it's up to the Jet. As the operator will be able to dash away as Keros gets just a little bit too trigger happy here. Nevertheless, though, stays alive as the shot goes wide for Pain. And these last two players, what can they do? They have almost no presence on the map. It's going to be Hyena Scrotum walking their way through Garage, trying to find a pick. But nevertheless, the map coverage on all three sides is quite good right now for the side of Team Fish Tacos.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this as well. Hyena Scrotum right around the corner, just needing to find something. Will grab himself Crescent and pop his ultimate. This is Seaside for him and his Jet to be taking. But he's playing extra aggressive here. Is it going to pay off, though? It is, but he takes a lot of damage. This is now a 2v2. And he did buy a lot of time and a lot of space, but there's a flank from Frag. There goes Pain right in the train. Let's see if it's going to be Hyena Scrotum to clutch up a 1 versus 2 with only 15 HP and all the ults flying towards him.
Oh, does at least his position is not known. Manages to get the fourth as well, but can't quite connect on the fifth. So it's going to be Killjoy versus Killjoy, and this time around, Haxa will find that kill. It's going to be a 5-7 half, exactly like you said. Your almost prenomination, I would say, working out quite well. But, you know, talking about that particular round, we saw both Killjoys go huge. First of all, Haxa, that's the presence of mind. Like, yeah, hey, you guys, there's a Silva drone coming. I don't know if you can break it. Can you flash so I can at least try to make my death count? And instead of dying there, gets 3 kills of their own. But also, just that lurk across the map, making like an impossible 2v4 situation almost work out with an ace clutch. That is going to be Killjoy for the side of Handsome Jits. Great showing from both of these teams. But now, the question is, how good are Fish Tacos on attack? Because on defense, you saw them get really aggressive, and we didn't really have a chance to see them on Fracture try and show off their skills, apart from that one pistol, which someone disconnected in. But, you know, switching on Haven, what are your predictions?
You know, now that we're on Haven here, I definitely have noticed a little bit of how aggressive Crescent was early in the defense, and that is insanely powerful once he switches over to this side. I know that Crescent on attack is one of the strongest duelists, and if we're talking stats-wise, both of these teams are neck and neck. Obviously, we do have Handsome Jits as number 1, but Team Fish Tacos is right behind him as the number 2 slot here in this bracket. So I can see them definitely taking it far, and what am I saying? It's Crescent already very up close and personal, right to do some damage.
Yeah, it does seem like, once again, it's going to be the Seaside left for retake here by the side of Handsome Jits. All 5 players are converging right now. One flank as well coming through, and the smoke goes at the worst time possible. Crescent, though, still managing to find the advantage, but the Aftershock is too good as Keros, unfortunately, will be shut down. In the meantime, Pain has managed to make their way onto site. The Team Paranoia, unfortunately, connecting with them as well. The spike is planted here, but it's possible to defuse it without too much trouble. Just one player left alive right now. It's all down to just Haxa, but unfortunately, in that corner, not quite able to connect the shot, and Pain will bring the pain as they get 3 kills of their own. 5-8 once again. At least this time nobody disconnected, so that's definitely a plus.
Yeah, honestly, we have yet to see a disconnect so far, and now that we've both pointed it out, it's gonna happen. Let's count to 10. Just kidding. Let's see how it's gonna be moving on here. Casting Curse is not what we want to be bringing to the table, but with that being said, let's hope these guys are going to be ready to rock and roll. Obviously, Handsome Jits, they want this. They want to not lose another game. They've only lost 1 in the series so far of the Open Division. Team Fish Taco, unfortunately, did lose 2 here. I do not know if that also includes the forfeit that they did bring to the table here, but regardless, Handsome Jits is nearly undefeated, only going down 1 time. And they have a lot to prove against their second in command. They're second to the top here with Team Fish Taco, but as we saw Pain take no pain, we're seeing Shane try to do the same over here while holding B down. But anything can happen with the attacks so spread out.
Yeah, that A smoke is going to be invested by the attackers here, perhaps trying to, trigger some confusion as to whether players are walking up or not. But again, that Sova drone will be able to clear it out, make it clear that there's nobody there. Force by coming out, in fact, from team tackles, like you mentioned. So I think that these stingers could do quite a bit of damage, especially in the hands of a player like Crescent. You did see them get like I think 3 last round, so that's going to be something to watch out for. They do want to go in for a quick B hit here, but again, just that monster utility stacked up towards his entrance might be the game changer here, especially if that paranoia connects as well. It's going to be incredibly difficult to push in. Complex though has a lot of work to do here, trying to hold it in. And again, just the fact that it's going to be the Jet pushing out so far into the link, not quite able to find anything. Shea and Complex both hold strong, and it's going to be Taxa finding the first counter kill in. Oh my God, frag with 3 from 1 Stinger magazine. What? Yeah, that's
Wow.
insane right now. A huge play coming out from them before they go down, and it's just up to the Omen. A 1v2, and already Poppy has lurked up towards A, watching the spawn. Complex seems to be aware of the possibility, but I don't know if they're going to be able to clear out the corner. All they have to do is make their way to site and try and deny this plant here. Spots the Omen, gets the kill, and plant is in the open, denies it. All they have to do is
No, they had no time. Why did he get off? And don't die too. Oh my God, Complex clutching it up with little to no time and proving that you don't need time if you're on the side of victory, and they're proving it well. Now 4 rounds in the lead here. It is a lot closer for them than anybody else in this game. And I'm looking at that scoreboard, and I gotta ask, Kairos, where are your kills right now?
don't toss a dig at the poor dude like that. I'm sure he'll wake up sometime soon. But either way, that's the most unfortunate round I've seen. It almost worked out so well, but the Killjoy planted in the open and had to get off the spike there. Otherwise, it would have been a free kill for the Omen. Either way, though, once again, it's going to be a little bit of Altor farming towards this A long as Wraith manages to get it and walk back inside. Full eco right now, just pistols across the board for these players from Team Fish Tacos. Not much that they can really work with here, and that drone is going to give away a lot of information. Wraith spots at least 3 players pushing up towards this A side, and that's going to make things very difficult. He does tuck himself into this corner here. If he goes unchecked, that might be huge right now, and they don't clear him, but he moves the shot! Still gets the kills though, so it's okay. And there you go, Kara's got a kill.
I mean, it's working out. Attack though, they're kind of pinched here. Crescent almost allowing his teammate to go down, but luckily for Frag's sake, Crescent finally started landing his shots. But let's look at this 2v3. It's going to be a retake from the side of Heaven and from behind. Haxa, though, toggling on and clapping heads as Pain is going to go down here with a 1 versus 3. He is going to be rocking an op, but I don't know if that op is just going to drop as he is stuck in Heaven.
I mean, with the lead they have, it might be best for Pain to just save. It's not like they have much to do in the way of exits either, considering how awkward the buy was for the team in the first place. Sure, you do have a couple of rifles. That's about it. And now he's given away the fact that he has an operator. Already you can see Crescent's getting a little bit aggressive here, trying to find that kill. Pain is going to hear it, but can't quite react to it in time. And Crescent will not only be able to get the round, but also get the op. And just a lot of whiffs and sprays coming out, I would say, from Handsome JITS, who did not look very attractive at all doing that. But you know who did look attractive? Those nice share shots coming out of Team Fish Tackle. So W for them.
Yeah, W indeed. Now we're at 6-9. A nice scoreboard to be seeing here, but I'm thinking Crescent with an op against a team that does not have a lot of money. This might be a slaughterhouse. The defense has no ultimates to really play off of outside of maybe Pain being able to grab an orb and starting to pop it. I think that's what they're going for. I'm looking at the pings here. He's going straight for that orb over an A long, and that ult might be able to push him back, but this is going to be all up to the players currently buying time on C.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. Shane is going to be ready for that recon when it comes in, but it's going to be Hyena Scrotum starting things off with a clean share of shot here. Haxa able to get the trade, a 1-for-1 so far, and with Hyena Scrotum going on, that's going to be no more post plant here. Complex though, with the Stinger being an absolute devil. Pain as well with the Blade Storm waking up, and that's going to be 2 kills on the round, and the 10th round coming in. Just the fact that I think there was a bit of a stack towards that C side once they got the information, and they just were not ready for all of these players coming in. The trades were impeccable for the side of Team Handsome JITS. But, you know, talking about that particular round, one thing that I really like is how patient these players were with their share shots. And, of course, just the fact that Complex was able to get 2 with the Stinger. You know, the Stinger got nerfed, but I gotta say, not enough. Not enough at all.
Yeah, definitely not enough here. It's working beautifully, and they're ready to do it some more. I'm loving what we're seeing here from the side of the defenders. It's definitely had some JITS play style that's kind of just coming out big, but Nice ulti. Get back down in the hole that you came out of. Let's see if it can happen again. Pain is going to be a little bit concussed, a little bit spotted out, but up in his hands is something dangerous. But what? He actually manages to body shot, but not kill this attacking Breach. But Wraith is definitely going to be able to clean that up. Frag now 6 HP. Last one standing here. And Zach, I don't think he's able to do it. And it looks like I was right.
Yeah, unfortunate circumstances. Wraith will be able to clean up the round with the lots of multi-frags. And once again, just the fact of how quick this team is to react. A lot of the time, you know, it felt like when Fish Tacos were on defense, it looked a little bit awkward there. They weren't quick enough to react. They lost 3 or 4 players right off the bat, and nobody was there for the trades. But looking at how Handsome JITS are playing, they're just constantly able to trade each other out, just be there. And, you know, even if one of them goes down, there's always someone willing to pick up that kill in exchange. I think that's the biggest difference right now between these two teams. That, and of course, some really nice eco runs coming out. But right now, this is Fish Tacos on their last leg here. They have a lot of work to do. They are going to be able to buy up once again. And again, they're going to be heading into a site where there are 2 players just waiting towards long. The third one rotating in as well. And this is going to be an incredibly difficult execute, especially if Present can't confirm the skill. But he manages to do exactly that. Gets a bit overeager, though, and instantly punished. 4v4 still remaining.
4v4 here on the scoreboard as they're ready to rock and roll ski. But Poppy, he's not going to be popping off as he is now having to kind of back it up here, rotating with his team. We do have a big flank developing from the Omen. Does he know to be able to spot it out? That's the question. Can he get it? Frag, he's checking his corners, but you look away! What's the point of checking a corner? But there we go. That's what we need to be seeing here. It's going to be a big push up and an ultimate doing a lot of damage. The Sova coming out from Wraith. The Hunter's Fury furiously doing the damage. Looking for more. Haxa is not going to be able to grab that player before they are able to take out K-Rose. And this is all up to the attackers and the defense. Shane right around the corner, grabbing 1, but doesn't grab 2. Haxa last one standing, 1 versus 1. And Wraith is not going to be able to spot him out, but knows generally where he is.
1v1 right now, and Haxa with only 15 HP left, having a lot of work to do. That shock dart did quite a bit of damage. The clock ticking right now, 15 seconds left, and Wraith is not sure if this player has walked into garage or not. The spike sound, though, is going to give it away, and Haxa will not only have to get the spike down, but also somehow be able to get this kill. Unfortunately, the HP is not quite good. Either way, that was a headshot. A bit of overkill coming out from Wraith, and it's going to be the substitute shining through as they help the side of Handsome gets to match point here. 1 away from taking this series and running away with it. And I don't know what's left in the tank for Fish Tacos. They put almost everything they had into the buy. I think they should be able to scrape together something for this particular round as well. But ultimate-wise, economy-wise, momentum-wise, they are running on empty, I would say.
Yeah, definitely running on fumes here. They might be able to pick it up here and get all the damage that they can, but I gotta say, I'm a little bit worried for Team Fish Taco. They're already down 1 game, and they're down 6 rounds, needing to go into OT to even try to clutch this up. But with that being said, we got Shane ready to go on the defense, and I think we're going to see a pretty aggressive defense play here to try to end this out. And it is Pain takes out K-Rose. There goes your initiator. Let's see if Crescents can get the trade, but look behind you. Oh, Complex is going to clean it up, and I don't know if they know that there's someone behind him still.
Yeah, 2 more players remaining before this game is over and the series is over for the side of Fish Tacos. They know that there are at least 3 players toward mid, so they're going to book it towards that A side instead. But unfortunately for them, that's where the Killjoy has been anchoring. This person has not moved a muscle here. It's all down to just these remaining 2 players. The turret being broken will let them know that's exactly where they are. The Omenos as well invested to try and make things even more difficult along with the lockdown. Frag will be able to get the spike down for long, and if they can make their way to the corner, it might be what they need to try and somehow clutch it up. But I don't know if they're going to be making it out here. It's all down to just Poppy, and they're going to be detained, breach ulted, caught, and with 4 players remaining, all one of them has to do is defuse the spike. Shane does get on it, but it's going to be Poppy not even getting a chance to peek out as Complex ends things. It's going to be 13-6 right now. An impeccable defense coming out. I think that they only lost 1 round in that entire half, and that just goes to show that Team Handsome JITS are looking very, very scary.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying here. That's why they're at the top of the roster. Now, 8-1 is their current score for the bracket today. Not something you see every day, but Team Fish Tacos, they're going to go down a little bit. They were 6-2. Now they're going to be 7-2. Or no, not 7-2. Sorry about that. They're going to be 6 to, I believe, 4 now. So with that being said, I can't really see how they're going to be able to bounce back from this, but I know that they're doing such a clean job so far. I'm really ready to see what the new side of Handsome Jits is going to be really ready to talk to us. Is I'm hoping that we're going to have the time to do an interview for us. So let's drag one of those players in. Let's start thinking of some questions to ask them. And if anybody has any questions in chat, make sure to ask right now. And if there's enough time, we'll toss those in during this. So if you're in chat and you want to ask any specific person on the side of Handsome Jits a question, hit us up with it in the chat. But Zach, how did you feel about that game?
I mean, looking at the scoreboard here, I have to say, I have to give kudos to Fish Tacos. They did their best. Crescent has the most number of first bloods. I think that he has more than like his entire team put together. But overall, I just felt like the map control and the way that Team Handsome Jits played was more consistent. I talked
Mhm.
about the trades previously, but even on like their defense, they were consistently able to have Hyena Scrotum hold down one particular site, either with utility, and they were happy to play for the retake. They consistently managed to keep the player advantage up, and you did see some minor silly mistakes coming out.
Mhm.
Not having double peaks or just playing in weird positions. But overall, they just look so much more consistent. On top of the scoreboard, I think it's going to be Complex here. And while he might not have any first bloods, I think that Complex was one of those players who was definitely responsible for those trades. Also, that nasty double kill with that stinger. But overall, I just feel like Fish Tacos, they looked very shaky today. They did have a substitute playing in. And Kiro's, usually I'm used to seeing this man much higher up on that scoreboard. So perhaps it's just a
Yeah.
bad day for them. Either way, though, they put up a good fight. I'm sure that they'll bounce back because this is Team Fish Tacos we're talking about. They just got to go get some fish tacos, get a good night's sleep, and
Yeah.
hopefully they'll be back on in their usual form.
Awesome. And I always love how you're able to break it down for us here today, Zach. But we're about to do an interview. Let's drag
Ooh.
Pain in today. So we're not going to talk to Complex. We're going to talk to the Jet Pain. And Pain was bringing the pain today. So I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing here. Let's say hello to Pain right now. Pain, welcome in. How are you doing today? How was the game and how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. We had a lot of fun, I think, watching you pop off and your team as well. Like really well played. Congratulations on your win today. Was it
Thank
was
you.
it more easy or more difficult than you were expecting playing against a team like Fish Tacos?
Um, to be honest, I think that we could have definitely done better, 100%. And
Mhm.
there were a lot of rounds that we kind of just fumbled and played not correctly. Like I died with my knife out, I think 3 times. And I yeah, I think it went well. I think we could have played better. And unfortunate that somebody's power went out on the first map, but I was
Yeah.
still confident that we were going to close it out anyway. But it's GG's to them, well played, of course. And yeah, I think that's like the second or third time that we played them, uh, all different maps, and they played pretty well. I think we played well as well. Most of our game plan was to pressure and make them try to push into us when they were on defense, and I think it worked pretty well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed that on Fracture quite a bit. Oh yeah, go on, Edu.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I definitely wanted to talk a little bit about your map on Haven. The way that you guys kind of split off and the way that you played around the ultimate orbs. We saw that a little bit in round 16. I kind of called it a little bit in the pregame that, you were one away from your ultimate. You managed to go grab the orb all the way in what seemed to be a long, picked it
Mhm.
up, go all the way through your spawn, and still manage to get onto site in time to not only defuse but get a double kill. I think that just overall play style. Who was your IGL to decide that? Was that just like a spur of the moment play choice by you, or was there like somebody behind the scenes talking in your ear about it?
So Shane is our IGL. He does most of the hard calling, right? And the
Hmm.
call was to do a stack on C, and I said, okay, I'm gonna grab my orb A, and then we will come from A, quick flood onto C to try to help you guys as fast as possible. So we grabbed my orb, and Shane called that we're gonna commit to the stack on C. So we quick rotated over to C, and he made the right call, which good call
Yeah.
by him, of course. He's a very smart guy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice to see like an IGL be able to be fluid with their players, and you could definitely tell that you guys were playing around the material you actually had, and not
Hmm.
like an ideal play style. There might have
Right.
been a hard call idea, but you guys just went with the flow, and you could definitely tell that in the way that each one of your push-ups were slightly different. But let me ask you a more general question before I
Okay.
hand you over to Zach, because I know Zach has a bunch of these kind of questions for you. So my general question is, if there was anybody on the side of Team Fish Tacos today that really just was the thorn in your side for your team, who would you shout out on the enemy team that you thought just did a pretty clean job that you would actually have to like talk to your team about focusing on?
I think the things that were catching me off guard mostly was probably their duelist. I think when he had a shotgun A long, that was
Yeah.
definitely like a cooler. And when when he brought out the up on Fracture, I had an idea that they might bring it out because I saw the recon, but I wasn't too confident in it. But when they did bring it out, it started to slow us down more. So
Mhm.
that is something that stuck out to me.
Yeah, so that would have been Crescent there. Yeah, Crescent, he's definitely, if not one of the best duelists in the series here at IGL Open Divisions. And talking stats wise, you guys are currently in the number one slot. You guys have a insane win rate. I believe that's going to be at 9-1 right now.
Oh, nice.
So pretty clean so far. But I'm going to hand you over to Zach here. Zach, ask any question you want towards our wonderful player Payne.
All right. Thank you for that. So on map number one, in the beginning, like you mentioned, you got like choked up a lot. But in that pistol round, right? I was talking a little bit about this. Who made the decision to instantly take spawn? Like, once you lost two players towards drop there, I saw that two of you pushed up into spawn and you were happy to hold that crossfire. Whose decision was that? And did you expect it to play out as well as it did right there?
Okay, so that round in specifically, I saw my smokes player complex. He went up the rope. So I went into spawn because we saw that they were fighting towards dish and the call was there's a lot towards dish. So we kind of like both flowed into that and then I said that I was going to peek off him and he ended up killing the first and then we saw another one where their spacing just wasn't that good. And honestly, when they threw a nade from dish, they had a really good opportunity to throw us off where we were. But the Brim was playing more safe in spawn, which let us have time. And then I think Shane ended up getting two on site, which basically was the round winner, right? So it kind of flowed into what it was, and then I told Complex that I was gonna peek off him, and it was a good setup from there.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of really good set plays. Like, especially after like I saw a couple of rounds where Team Fish Tacos were able to like catch you off guard, but your adaptation was really good. You were able to like really play around it. You went for a couple of really quick hits, and also just your coordination when using utility is pretty good. So have you guys been practicing that in particular on
Yeah,
both of these maps?
me and Shane, we came from a team together before we made this team, and our synergy is pretty good. So I would say him being on initiator does help a lot because we have some good chemistry there to where his flashes would time good with my dashes and my peaks. And when we do practice, we do try to focus on like him me telling him where to flash, when to flash, or like I'm gonna peek. Do you have a flash? Like I would say our synergy is pretty good over the past couple months. It's gotten better from practice for sure.
All right, I think that's gonna be it for our questions today. But before we go, who is the player on your team that you would like to shout out the most today? Who think you did exceptionally well and deserves a lot of credit?
Um, I think Complex, he really came out today and showed up. He showed up really well. You guys saw, he had some really good plays. He had some really nice shots. I think he had like two kills where literally the last bullet in his gun, he just had shot them and basically round winners. Shout out to him.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us, Payne. Congratulations. And just thank you for jumping in with the interview. Like, thank you for answering our pesky questions.
Yeah, thanks for having me and have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you as well. Make sure to
Thank
celebrate.
Thanks.
And with that being the end of my job casting for today, I know that Zach is going to be moving on to the next game here. We have another one coming up, so stick around at the wonderful time of, I believe, 6 p.m. PST. We have one more game, so that's going to be in a little bit of time here in about an hour. So everybody, just grab your snacks, go stretch your legs. Zach, thank you so much for being my co-caster for today. I'm sorry that I'm going to have to leave you early, but it was
It's
very
okay.
nice
We'll see
having
each
you
other
again.
again.
Oh
We'll see
yeah,
each other
we'll
again, I'm pretty sure.
always be back. You know, that's always something to celebrate. So, GG Zach, and I guess I and everybody else will see you in an hour. So, thank you guys for stepping on and watching us play. I will be probably 1v1ing the entirety of the team of Handsome Jits here because I did
my
talk
money's on it.
a lot of bad stuff to him. But yeah, thank you for having me, everybody, and we'll see you in about an hour.
You are my ecstasy when you are next to me, flooding my dopamine. Stay here right next to me. Oh, you make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky. Couldn't call me, could be sorry rolling. Like whoa, you took all my love like it's stolen. Got me like whoa, yeah, whoa. You are my You are my You make me feel like I can touch the sky. You make me feel like I can touch the sky.